Hello, beautiful butterflies. Welcome to Butterfly Transformations. Hello, beautiful butterflies. Welcome to Butterfly Transformations. I am Tanisha Ali, and I am trying to get a workout in between appointments today. Not even a real workout, just some physical activity. If I don't get my hips going, well, let's say when I do, they feel wonderful, and when I don't, they get stiff. And this is a wonderful machine that I more recently got that makes doing my, I think they call them crunches, super easy, and I don't put the pressure on my back. I'm not selling this. All I can tell y'all is called the DB method. If you look it up, you can get this thing. It's under 300, and I love it because it also allows you to do you can work out your whole body. You can work out your triceps, your biceps, your chest, but most importantly, you can do this like so freaking effortless. I can't even tell you how good it feels. My hips are my Achilles heel, and there's an area here where I experience a lot of soreness. And as long as I do these crunches, or whatever these are called, I forget what they're called. I don't think they're crunches. Crunches are for your core. I can't, it's right on top of my tongue. But as long as I do these, I feel good. Anyway, so today's video is about the 3 reasons why you shouldn't be waiting for closure from someone. Waiting for closure in a relationship is what we do when we feel we need something from that person in order to have a sense of conclusion, in order to really put it behind us and move on. When we're in these relationships, a lot of things happen during the course of a relationship, especially when we have a lot invested and when we've put a lot of time in, a lot of effort, a lot of resources. And oftentimes when the relationship goes belly up or something doesn't work out, we feel some kind of way, right? And if we're not able to bring amicable resolve to a situation, or conscious uncoupling, as they call it, to a situation, a lot of times it can end on a sour note. And both people are feeling some kind of way. And usually there's one person, or sometimes it can be one person in that connection who feels particularly disenchanted or disillusioned. Y'all know me, discombobulated, dissatisfied, disconnected. They feel some kind of crazy about the way the situation ended. And in my work with clients, I have often heard people say things like, I just need closure. And so today, I feel like that's something we need to talk about. Why you need closure. You don't need closure. But why you may feel like you need the closure, I kind of already discussed, which is it gives you a sense of putting something to rest and making peace with the situation. But I want to talk about the 3 main reasons why you don't need it. The first reason is that you're a conscious co-creator. When you set up a belief system that supports the notion that you need closure, what you are saying is that I need something from this person. And as you know, when we talk about manifesting, we have to put the problems and the solutions where they belong, which are with you. If you allow anyone else to influence your path or your outcome, then it's as good as though you are giving up your power in a situation. And whenever we give up our power in a situation, we are empowering someone else, no matter what the situation is. The minute you give it up, whether you do it consciously or unconsciously, the solutions are outside of you. They're outside of your domain of control, right? So what is at issue here is understanding that no one deserves to have the power over your life. And that if you're going to be in charge, then you have to be in charge at the end of things as well, which means it's not good to seek that type of, if you want to consider it retribution or closure, whatever it is. When you seek that outside of yourself, there's no guarantee that you may get that, all right? Oftentimes, if you're dealing with someone who is a fair-minded individual, closure, mutual closure will come about on its own in a healthy way. But when you're not dealing with someone who is used to a healthier relationship model and they shut a situation down, or they need to control the outcome of something, you waiting for closure, you could be waiting for a very long time. And there is a statute of limitations, which once you exceed that, the likelihood of you getting closure is nil. So the bottom line here is not allowing someone else to usurp your power. And they might not be doing it consciously. It's something that you end up giving to them because you're waiting. You're waiting, okay? So that's the first reason. Co-creation requires that you be the magician, the manifester, and that you realize that the power lies with you. Now this, if I were doing this in my room, by the time I got to 10 or 11, I'd be done. I'd have to take a break. But with this, I can continue. I could probably do 100 or more of these doggone things with ease. Back is not hurting. Feel good. Not putting undue stress on my knees. It's good for my joints. All right, let's look at number 2. What is the second reason why you should not be seeking closure from someone else when a relationship ends? The person that's seeking closure, oftentimes, not all the time, is a person that might be feeling shortchanged in a situation. Or it's usually the one who might have put in more into the relationship. And there are a whole litany of reasons why that can be a great likelihood. When you seek closure, you're expecting the person who didn't serve you in the relationship to serve you when the relationship is over. You have an expectation that they do something that would require sensitivity, empathy, a sense of mutual fairness, and also an ability to navigate the difficulties that come about in a relationship. It requires a healthy sense of communication, a healthy sense of self, and so many other qualities that are constructive qualities to have from a partner. You're requiring something from someone who didn't have that when you were in the relationship with them. So it's not realistic to expect that from them at a time when the relationship has become very challenging and the relationship is either on its way out or it's already out, which is why you would be seeking closure anyway. So in other words, you cannot expect the person that harmed you in a relationship to heal you when the relationship is over. And putting that responsibility on them, it does you a disservice. And in a sense, from a higher perspective, it does them a disservice too, because they cannot comply. They cannot come into compliance. They are not capable of doing this because they already don't have the relationship building tools that they needed to be productive in the relationship. So they don't have the capacity or the ability to do this. So for you to continue having that sense of false hope, it simply doesn't benefit you, okay? So let go of that. You cannot expect the person who did not serve you during the relationship to serve you after the relationship is over. Relationships require quite a bit of empathy, and they require give and take and a healthy exchange of ideas and a baseline level of communication capacity. And I like to say relationships Relationships are beautiful, but it's important to understand that everybody's not cut out for a relationship. Even those of us who might want a relationship might not be cut out for it. In fact, we fall out of the womb being conditioned that we need to go out into this world and look for our other half. But that is something that I have found is not a healthy thing, because it implies that you are not full in and of yourself. And usually when we talk about relationships, we talk about serious levels of commitment, something going to the next level, living with someone, being married to someone for death, till death do us part. And what you'll find is, because relationships are so challenging, as a matter of fact, relationships are an amazing way to really come to know yourself. They are the greatest challenge, and I think one of the more direct paths to self-knowledge than anything else that we can have, depending upon the perspective that you take, which makes a relationship a great challenge, which means that going into a relationship, those are the kinds of paradigms we need to really begin to identify with. Am I really ready to do the level of work that I need to be able to do on myself? Because the relationship is going to continue to show me my inadequacies. And if your lifetime purpose is about relationships, then that's going to be what it is you came here to do. Some people's life purpose doesn't involve relationships, and relationships recede into the background because their life purpose is really about something else. But for those of us who choose to have these relationships, it's important to approach these relationships with the realism that we need to. And coming up in a culture of romanticism when it comes to relationships, I feel that a lot of us have unrealistic expectations of what relationships are, what the nature of them should be, and what our expectations are. Oftentimes our expectations are unrealistic. And sometimes we can grow during the relationship to reach those parts of understanding that allow us to be more fruitful in relationships. Sometimes we are not able to. But the reason why I bring all of this up is to say that relationships need to be looked at from a different perspective. Relationships are here to teach us the most intimate parts of ourselves that we cannot see on our own, that we only see reflected in other people. That is the point of a relationship. So if we begin to look at relationships from that standpoint, then we can adjust our expectations, and we can really understand that you're dealing with someone from an entirely different mindset. They grew up differently, they have different habits, they think differently, so many things that you have to navigate, and you would be able to adjust your expectations to something more realistic that would serve you and that person so much better. All right? So that's the second reason. You cannot expect someone who hurt you to fix you by giving you closure. All right? I'm going to pause the video. I think I've probably done, I don't know, at least 50 of these bad boys. I'm going to get on the bike because I have about 10 more minutes and I want to finish this, okay?
If you are not using I Am Melanin Magic Hair Oil, then what are you using?
Hey guys, so I started using this oil called I Am Melanin Magic since February of this year, and check out the new growth. Like, it's insane. Not only did it help with my new growth, but it smells amazing too.
See the dramatic improvements Denisha has made after not having hair around her edges for 3 years. Tanya's hair had been like this for almost 20 years, and while getting injections. Her doctor said it was scarred and would never grow back. After 4 weeks of using I Am Melanin Magic, this is what she looked like. I Am Melanin Magic did this to Danette's hair after a short time. Hi, I'm the creator of the I Am Melanin Magic hair and skincare brand. My vision has always been to develop a line of products that meets the unique needs of melanated people. The I Am Melanin Magic hair oil is our premier product. It is the leading high-end supplement for your mane.
It reduces breakage, promotes growth, and can be used on all hair types and looks, from straightened hair and micro-locks to wigs and protective styles.
It's antifungal, antibacterial, and anti-funk, so you know you're protected.
It softens and conditions your hair, and it's anti-frizz too.
This really is all you need. It's rich with antioxidants, loaded with growth promoting ingredients. Look at the growth of my hair. The proof is in the product. Need I say more? Don't delay. Purchase yours today.
I am Melanin Magic, and so are you.
All right, I also took the liberty of pulling an oracle card for the end of this video, which, by the way, I think I'm doing great with time. Score. My videos are getting shorter, which I love. They're not getting shorter. I'm making them shorter. All right, so the third reason that you should not be waiting for closure for someone else, from someone in a relationship when that relationship is over, has to do with your need to hold on to your energy. All right? The energetic act of waiting has as a double-edged sword anticipation, which in terms of energy flow, you are giving, okay? You are giving, you're casting out your energy to a particular target. And it is hitting that target energetically, physically, emotionally, however you want to conceptualize about that. And that target is not giving back. All right? That blocks your heart chakra energy. One of the things that's important in terms of keeping our heart chakra energy flowing is a healthy giving and receiving of energy. Energy has to flow back and forth. You've heard the law of giving and receiving. It is no better to give than it is to receive. It is no better to receive than it is to give. So when you are pouring in something, pouring in, you're giving, you're sending out your frequency over and over and over. It's not being received or it's hitting a wall. You're not getting anything for that energy expenditure. And although in your conscious mind, you may not be translating that into something that could be considered an opportunity cost. Let's call it an opportunity cost. What we give up when we pursue a particular opportunity. This particular opportunity is you wanting an apology or you wanting some kind of closure. There's a cost to that. You're giving out this energy. You can see this is giving me a much better cardio workout. And I'm not getting anything for this, but this is a great bike. It's got wheels. To me, it's just like Peloton if you don't need the thing, the membership. And it costs $300. Haven't had a problem with it yet. I wish I could tell you the name of it. Oh, it's called Flexi Spot. It's very good. You will break out a bit of a sweat with this. You won't feel like you're getting a workout. So you're sending out the energy and not getting anything back. It's like pouring into somebody and them taking, and never giving back. You're never able to receive anything, which means you're pouring good energy after bad, or you're pouring into something that is lifeless, that is dead, that is not going to give you anything back. So it takes your energy. And if it takes your energy, or you're pouring into something that's not giving back, it's going to drain you. In fact, when we talk about energy dynamics, that is what an imbalance is. 6 of Pentacles in the tarot deck. If you're in a relationship and you're doing all the giving, while you may be suffering under the martyr complex, which is also what blocks your heart chakra, while you may be laboring to do everything in the relationship, you're going to reach a point where not getting something in kind or in return is going to begin to feel as like the imbalance that it is. And at that point, you're going to start to feel depleted. Okay, and then that depletion is going to lead to physical fatigue. It's going to lead to a disconnect, perhaps some sense of resentment. It's the same thing. If you're giving love or you're sending out something and you're waiting, you're not getting anything back for that energy, it's taking energy away from you that is not being replenished. You need that energy for your life. You need that energy for the things in your world, in your experience, that actually give back. So you want to watch that. You want to watch feeling as though you need something to be given back to you that is 9 times out of 10 not forthcoming. The reality is, ladies and gentlemen, you don't need anything from anybody once you walk away from them, except to put them behind you once and for all and to never look back. That is what you need, because every time you look back, every time you convince yourself that you need something from them in order to close this out, you don't know if it's really closed out, you don't know if it's really over, you get to make that decision. You don't let other people weigh in on your life for something that is so important. You get to be the head person in charge over your life. You are the magician. You are the alchemist. So you don't put someone else in the driver's seat of your life. If something feels like it's over, if it looks like it's over, if it sounds like it's over, it's over. You make that choice and you move forward in your life, and you don't look back, because every time you look back, you're taking your energy and attention off of your forward momentum, and you're pouring into something that is bankrupt. That was bankrupt then, is bankrupt now, and will continue to be bankrupt. So it's time, if you're hearing this message and it's resonating for you, and you're finding yourself holding out for closure from someone who you don't really need closure from to move on, because you're going to give yourself closure, give this video a thumbs up. Like it, share, subscribe, comment. I'm going to read the message for today, which is pleasure. I didn't believe I was going to get this workout. Oh my gosh. I got to tell you, I'm sweating. That's why I don't like this thing that much. It gives me a real workout. What time is it? It's almost time. I got 2 minutes, right? Okay, thank you, darling. So here we go with pleasure. Meadows are usually open, sunny places where flora and fauna thrive and flourish. They are havens, as the trees surrounding the meadow offer protection and shade for the grassy area. Traditionally, they are associated with openness, gentle calm, and relaxation. They are places where the weary traveler can stop and rest to renew his spirit. A meadow is a place where people as well as animals gather to enjoy the simple pleasures of life. So, Sacred Landscape wants you to know, savor your life, each and every part of it. Take pleasure in slowing down and experiencing each of your senses. This is sensuality. This is feminine energy. Taste your food with full gusto. Inhale the sense of the world around you. Enjoy the colors and textures of your life. This is truly a stop and smell the roses card. That's really the message of being in the moment. Not in the past, not in the future. Waiting for that situation to get closure. That gives you anxiety. Hanging on to the past, something you need to let go and give yourself closure, that keeps you in depression. Both are two ill states of mind that you have more conscious control over than you may realize. Embrace your sensuality. Move in a languid way. Let pleasure be your password into every intimate part of your life. Allow your life to be less about being productive and more about enjoying each moment with verve. Some people say verve. And a radiant energy will flow through you in all directions of your life. You are with Tanisha Ali. A Butterfly Transformation is helping you to gain clarity, up-level your mindset, clear and heal energetic blockages so that you can manifest the glory of God that is you. If you haven't purchased my book, Manifesting Your Masterpiece, you can get it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. Enjoy the rest of your day.